Well, I really, really love YouTube because um, just using this as a diary, but more of a public diary, it helps to keep me honest. And to do a video and sort of admit that, yeah, I know I need to do a workout. Look, I put a video out there last year, and um, I know that's what I got to be doing today, and I'm not doing it, and I haven't done it for more than 2 days. I gotta say that after I did that video, I've done quite a few workouts, yoga workouts. So, and I am definitely planning on doing a few more sets today. So, sometimes just letting go of, okay, I suck at this, something's wrong, something's blocking me, I've got to deal with the blocks and um, get the ball rolling. And there's probably going to be a whole pile of people that give me more advice on smoking. And personally, I haven't seen anybody have the cure to addictions better than this Hollow Dynamics. Every um, advice for addictions does not work. Because if it did work, then we'd have no problems with diets, we'd have no problems with um, rehab. I mean, it would work the first time, not just statistically, only work for a very, very few. The AA program does not work, otherwise, it would work for everybody. Um, a lot of ways we handle addiction is block and deal, is just get rid of the addiction and ignore the causes that created the addiction so it will unfold in and manifest in a different area. So it's kind of really good to know why you have an addiction so that you get rid of those whys, so that the next addiction you create won't be created because of the same whys. And basically, how you live your lifestyle is creating another addiction. We are um, habits are creatures of habits, and these habits are definitely addictions. What you value, what you chase for, is your addiction. What you have, what you have to chase for, is an addiction. And every single one of us has an addiction of some kind. There's something there that you cannot give up. And those addictions, once you notice that they're no good for you, they're not in perfect alignment with how you want the result of your life experience. I mean, the smoking, for one, whoever is smoking today and thinking that it's good for you, you've got yourself a good story that you are believing that's convincing you to do something that you know is not very good for you. A lot of people are saying they enjoy smoking when you know smoking kills you. This 2012 awakening, awareness, yeah, it could either destroy us if we don't wake up to what's going on. But I mean, I'm seeing so many people see so many things wrong in the world, like with Japan. That one is just blow your mind away, that it's got no attention whatsoever. But then we've seen BP oil. We're also seeing that the energy company with the nuclear plants are actually running the government, because they're the specialists and they're the only ones that know what to do. So they're going to tell the government what to do, which is the same situation with BP oil. Government didn't know shit about business, the oil business. So they're in the hands of people that know the business the best, the corporation, the criminal that did it in the first place, that's covering up their crime scene and um, raising levels, safety levels, that, oh, this poison could kill you yesterday, but today it's perfectly safe, So there's so many things screwed up in the world today, and just because of my experiences, um, one of my biggest challenges is, okay, who do you work for that isn't going to be corrupt? Who do I work for and earn a living that I ain't going to feel like shit because I know I'm doing some harm to somebody someplace? I mean, ignorance is bliss. When you know you can go in and do a job and you know that it's not going to do any harm to anybody, that's easy. But when you go into work and you're seeing definite flaws within a business system that is actually doing more harm to our communities, the stress of that being hypersensitive now, and which causes pain in muscle, it's just impossible for me to work at. So I've got to create this new future in my mind that says, oh, the world has clean air and the oceans are clean. I have nothing to worry about my government. I can trust my police. You know, I can actually live in a world that I love and somehow believe it enough to keep myself in really good shape and not have an addiction and not, like not go into the doom and gloom of all of life. So, the motivation that I've had to work at is the pain of I can't believe um, people are this evil. But it's not that we're evil. It's everybody's got a smoking addiction like me, and they know they need to work out and keep in good shape, but nobody is doing it. And it's in different forms that some people are so addicted to money and power, they are completely lost without it, exactly like crack. If you do not give them, like, can you picture Donald Trump never going to work again? Like, he's addicted to his job, the work that he does. He's addicted to these beautiful people, beautiful women, beautiful boobs. You take all that away from him, the man would go crazy. So, um, what ultimately, what I see is the carrot that makes you motivated to move forward is your imagination. If your mind can think it, then the mind can create it. And if you thought of something, there's a good chance somebody else has thought of something, because minds, even though you don't have to be in the same room having the same conversation to be having the same thought, somebody else is thinking the exact same thought as you at the exact same time. So um, when you get a really great idea, um, it's not necessarily you came up with it first. You just think you did. But there's billions of people on this planet, and we're all tending to think about the same things generally. So um, that's where I'm saying is you got to create a dream that you a dream, a story that you absolutely love. What is the carrot in front of your life that makes you not smoke and work out and, do what you know you need to do? What does that look like? Nobody's willing to talk about that. Everybody's willing to be stuck in the pain of everything that's wrong. Everybody wants to do their little protests. And um, for me, I've done that before, and it doesn't really work. It starts up a conversation, but it doesn't get the ball rolling so everybody's actually motivated to make a massive, massive shift. Generally, we'll make a massive shift when we're at the point of it being just a little too late. Then only a few are going to have that, like, spontaneous cancer healing, like, no matter how bad everything's going to get, somebody's going to survive it, just like a miracle. And there's going to be a reason why you're going to just survive it just like a miracle, why something just will not touch you. There is a reason, and how that will happen. So it is, right now I am um, loving that all of these systems are falling apart. They kind of need to have to, because the way things were going 10 years ago was dead wrong, and you weren't aware of it. But you needed to have all of this bad shit happen. We all did. Shit had to happen in my backyard before I recognized how bad things were. And as soon as I started seeing how bad things were, it was like, oh, now I understand why there's gangs. Now I understand why people are homeless. Now I understand why there's third world countries. Now I understand why there's so many wars. You gain an understanding when you see how wrong everything is, but it's got to happen to you first. So there's a lot of people that are enjoying the good life still. That how our system is working right now is by the people that are working still in a system that is running these nuclear plants that could go off like a bomb and kill off the whole friggin' planet. We have more poison um, that can kill our planet more than 9 times over. So, the good news is that there's lots of potential, lots of opportunities for change. We're doing everything wrong. In order for us to recognize everything's wrong means we have to know what's right. So that's where I'm kind of really good at motivational speaking, or motivating anybody is, it doesn't take too long to have a conversation with somebody that's dealing with a problem, and asking good questions, and say, well, what do you think the answer is? They'll typically usually say, well, I don't know. And then if you can put them into this magical, okay, well, if you did know, what do you think it would be? And they will come up with something off the top of their head that'll be really wild and crazy, but it's like, well, now let's think about that. That sure sounds like an answer. So people have the answers inside them. It's not like I have to be this genius that knows the answers to everybody's problems. I just know how to ask somebody the question of, okay, what do you think the answer is? Because every single problem that everybody's dealing with, the answers are available. It's like at the back of the book, like if you're doing a test in math and all of the answers are at the back of the book. Every challenge that you ever have to deal with is just in the questions that you ask yourself. Ask yourself some damn good questions, and you'll find every answer that you're ever looking for. First stage is, got to recognize shit is happening. You might be dealing with health issues. You may be having cancer. You may be dealing with hell with your family. You may be dealing with a hell of a lot of depression going on. I know I would be classified as depressed. But I refuse to be depressed because I know what depression is, and that's replaying the same story in your brain over and over and over again, and not being happy, not seeing life as half full, always seeing life half empty, and the feelings along with that aren't too happy. But because I've had a sister that's dealt with depression and hereditary history of depression. I've gone through it once, enough to know how painful it is, and enough to know never to go down that painful road. That as soon as I get to a certain point, I know that, okay, I just need to be coming up with a damn good story. And the story I'm telling myself right now ain't working for me. So, um, I can only go to a certain level of pain dealing with this level of depression, because I know it won't work. I know it's an endless road of extreme pain. So, um, I'm really good and magical at creating stories to believe in. That you have to actually come up with a story that's believable. For me, one of the stories is I've gone through hell for a reason. I'm unemployed. I've done an awful lot of research. Sounds like I've been in school getting prepared for a new career. I ain't making any money right now. There's a reason. I need to develop a career. So there's a few stages. Life can look good. I don't enjoy doing nothing. That is the most painful thing for a workaholic to do. So to sit around and do nothing, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to choose to self improve, which means I'm going to have a good career. So, there, thanks for making me work out. Love you all. Peace out.